0410 local time. The first heat signatures appear on overhead screens before dawn. Long lines of track vehicles move through a training corridor in the dark. Engines low, lights blacked out, spacing clean and exact. Satellite feeds catch the shape first. Ground sensors confirm the weight next. Then secure traffic moves across command networks. The Pentagon has approved an emergency combat readiness drill. And new battle tanks are rolling right now. Cold air hangs over the range. Dust sits close to the ground. Steel tracks bite into wet soil and shake the earth in short, hard pulses. Inside the lead vehicle, crew helmets glow under dim screens. No one rushes. No one panics. The commander watches a digital map. The driver keeps speed steady. The gunner scans through thermal sight. Behind them, more armor follows in staggered lanes. This is deliberate. For years, heavy armor was called old war thinking. Too slow, too costly, too easy to track, too easy to hit from above. Cheap drones change battlefields. Guided missiles change city fighting. Small teams with smart weapons change roads, bridges, and narrow streets. The picture's sharp and fast. Now the answer is moving in front of us. The lead platform is the latest Abrams line, the M1A2 SEPv4. Thick armor still matters. Weight still matters. But what matters more now is what's inside the hull. New sensors, faster processing, cleaner data, better sights, better links. The tank no longer fights alone. It fights as part of a network. That changes everything. Farther back, another silhouette waits near service bays under blackout covers. Lower profile, cleaner lines, hybrid drive concepts, reduced heat signature ideas, new crew layout thinking. This is the AbramsX path, the next step being tested for what comes after today's fleet. It is not just a stronger tank, it is a smarter one. Mechanics pull covers clear, panels close, turret systems wake, cooling fans spin up, a low electric hum mixes with diesel noise across the yard. Crews move with routine speed, hands on steel, eyes on screens. No wasted motion, still no noise from the outside world. But other capitals are watching, because when American armor moves like this without parade lights and cameras, people notice. The old model of tank, war was simple. More steel, more fuel, more shells. Push forward, take losses, keep going. The new model is different. Find first, see first, decide first, fire first. Survive the return shot. Share the picture instantly. Move again. That is the real weapon. At first light, the first firing lane opens. Targets sit far downrange behind smoke and broken terrain shapes. Some are mock bunkers. Some are moving armored silhouettes. Some are drone towers built to test reaction time. The lead Abrams halts for less than 3 seconds. The gun settles. A 120 millimeters advanced smoothbore cannon fires. The blast hits like a wall. Dust kicks off the berm. Shock waves slap nearby hulls. The round is gone before most eyes catch the flash. Seconds later, steel target plates disappear in spray and fragments far downrange. Then the picture changes. The next shot is not built for armor. It is a programmable airburst round. Data loads before firing. Burst point set in flight. The shell leaves hard and flat, then opens above trench cover where hidden targets would survive older rounds. Dirt erupts in a long line. Old tanks hit what they can see. New tanks hit what tries not to be seen. That matters. A second lane opens with moving targets crossing left to right. The gunner tracks through thermal despite glare and dust. The screen filters noise, marks motion, predicts path. AI-assisted fire control helps sort clutter from threat. It does not replace the crew. It sharpens them. Shot out. Impact on the move. The vehicle never fully stops. That is when rivals start taking notes. Because many armies still rely on manpower-heavy methods. More crews strain. Slower updates. Voice calls over radios. Manual checks. Delayed handoffs. Valuable seconds disappear there. Seconds decide armor fights. Inside this turret, the commander sees the same target picture as a gunner. Higher command sees route status. Nearby units see lane changes. Support teams see fuel and ammo state. The machine is steel, but the advantage is information. Now the drill adds pressure. Warning drones launch from hidden pads beyond the ridge. Small, fast, low. Some carry cameras. Some simulate shape charges. Some simply flood sensors and force decisions. They come in layers, not one wave. This is deliberate. The lead tank does not waste a main gun on cheap air contacts. A remote weapon station turns above the turret. Heavy machine gun first, then coax fire from another lane. Tracers stitch sky lanes. One drone breaks apart. Another dives behind smoke. A third climbs. Then electronic countermeasures activate from support vehicles in the rear screen. Signals jam. Links fail. 2 drones drift blind and crash. No one panics. This is what layered defense looks like. Cheap drones were supposed to make tanks helpless. That was the claim. But claims die when systems adapt. Armor adds sensors. Infantry adds cover. Air defense adds range. Electronic warfare adds confusion. One answer becomes 4 answers. The attack profile weakens. On the western lane, another tank receives simulated lock warning from a missile team hidden in urban mock blocks. The icon flashes. The crew already expects it. Trophy active protection is armed. Radar panels watch for fast incoming shapes no human eye can track in time. A launch is simulated. The system reacts in fractions. Intercept queue. Hard kill burst. Threat defeated before impact range. The crew keeps moving. That is the answer. Years ago, anti-tank missiles turned streets into traps. Tanks feared windows, rooftops, alley cuts, broken walls. They still must respect them. But now every approach is not a free shot. Now every team hiding in concrete must wonder if their missile even arrives. The geometry tightens. Urban phase begins. Concrete lanes. Burned car shells. Narrow turns. Rubble mounds. Blind corners. Perfect places to stop armor if armor is slow and blind. These crews are neither. Thermal screens glow in darkness inside the hull, though daylight sits outside. Heat marks appear through thin walls, fresh engine blocks, hidden generators, bodies behind cover after movement. A side street shows empty. Roof line shows 1 hot spot. Rear lot shows 2 more. The tank does not charge. Forward, it pauses. Infantry teams dismount from escorts. Small drones rise overhead from friendly launch tubes. Another vehicle marks windows. Routes update across shared maps. Then armor moves again with support on both sides. This is control, not speed. The 120mm cannon fires canister simulation into a barricade lane. The obstacle breaks. Machine gun fire suppresses rooftop positions. Smoke deploys to block long street angles. Another Abrams covers a crossing from rear overwatch. They react with precision. In older wars, crews often fought half-blind in cities, guessing corners, listening for shots, hoping armor thickness saves them. Today, the tank is one node in a team. It sees farther. It shares faster. It enters with a picture. That changes survival. At a maintenance point, another platform enters a range. The M10 Booker, lighter than Abrams, built to support infantry and move where heavier systems may struggle. It is not replacing the heavy tank. It fills gaps. Bridges, roads, fast deployment, direct fire support. That matters. Because modern forces do not win with one machine. They win with layers. Heavy punch, medium speed, air cover, drones, engineers, EW, fuelers, recovery crews, data links. If one layer fails, another holds. The old image of war is one hero machine. The real image is a system. Back on the main line, the AbramsX test vehicle begins a silent movement phase. For several seconds, engine noise drops lower than expected. Hybrid concepts reduce signature during certain operations. Less heat, less sound, harder detection windows. That is dangerous for anyone hunting armor, because the first sign of a tank used to be noise and smoke miles away. Soon it may be too late. Its turret slews toward pop-up targets. Auto-assist functions sort multiple contacts. Crew load is reduced. Fatigue drops. Decision speed rises. The machine does not think for them. It clears clutter so trained humans can decide faster. This is the direction of travel. Some countries still build numbers first. Quantity has power. It always will. But quantity without sensing can become target lists. Numbers without links become traffic jams under fire. Numbers without protection become burning columns on camera. Everyone has seen that. So now everyone watches American armor testing new answers. Midday heat rolls across the range. Mirage shimmer blurs distant steel. Crews rotate. Ammo trucks move in covered lanes. Recovery vehicles stand by. Technicians download data from morning runs. Every shot, every stop, every sensor handoff gets measured. Because dominance is not one loud moment. It is repetition. Can the gun hit after rough movement? Can the system track through dust? Can the active protection avoid false triggers? Can the drone defense work under swarm pressure? Can crews fight after hours awake? Can logistics keep pace? That is where wars are won before they begin. Afternoon phase. Enemy armor simulation enters from 3 directions. Old doctrine would turn turrets one by one. Engage nearest, then react late to flanking moves. The new drill runs differently. 1 tank marks left threat. 2nd tank covers center. 3rd tank shifts hull down behind berm. Data links assigned, likely kills. No wasted rounds. The first sabot shot leaves the tube at extreme speed. Armor-piercing training target is struck frontally. 2nd contact receives cross-angle fire from another lane before it finishes turning. 3rd contact loses line of sight under smoke while flankers reposition. They came in hunting. Now they're losing initiative. A drone overhead tries to relay positions to the opposing force. Anti-drone guns open. Jammer teams flood control bands. The feed cuts. The enemy picture goes dark. That changes everything. Because once an opponent loses sight, every move becomes guesswork. Guesswork against trained armor crews is expensive. Evening returns. The range cools. Engine sound carries farther now. White exhaust haze drifts low. Headlights stay dark. Thermal dominates again. Night is where fear usually grows. Night is where these crews gain advantage. The gunner sees warm tire marks from vehicles that passed minutes earlier. The commander spots hidden engine heat behind trees. A mock missile team tries to reposition after exposing itself. Too late. The system already logged the flashpoint. Round out. Target neutralized. The ship keeps moving. Except here is not a ship. It is armor with the same principle. Momentum under pressure. Critics often ask if tanks are finished. They asked after missiles, after drones, after cities, after mountains, after every war with burning wrecks on screens. The better question is different. Are bad tanks finished? Are unsupported tanks finished? Are blind tanks finished? Yes, those may be. But tanks that adapt, connect, protect, and strike with teams beside them remain one of the few tools that can break through fire and hold ground after. That matters. No drone occupies a crossroad alone. No missile clears rubble. No sensor takes a town. At some point, steel still has to arrive. The final exercise begins under full dark. Combined threat package. Drones high. Missile teams hidden. Enemy armor forward. Electronic noise on bands. Smoke on lanes. Civil obstacles in streets. It is the worst picture of the day. No one panics. Crews have seen each layer before. They train for the stack, not just single threats. Support jammers cut one drone group. Air defense trucks catch another. Engineers open block lanes. Infantry clears side alleys. Abrams units hold main thrust routes. Booker elements support lighter sectors. Command screens update in real time. The picture sharpens. Then the first enemy armor push enters kill range. Main guns fire in sequence, not chaos. One, then another, recoil rocks hulls. Blast overpressure rolls across the ground. Empty casings drop hot inside fighting compartments. New rounds load. Turrets reset. Targets disappear one by one. Missile teams attempt a second strike from upper floors. Active protection defeats one profile. Smoke blinds another. Supporting fire suppresses a third. Drone remnants dive low through clutter. Remote guns answer. Still no breakthrough. This is not revenge. This is control. By midnight, the lane belongs to the Army again. Tracks mark every road. Sensor towers still feed clean data. Crews are tired but steady. Mechanics move in. Fuel lines connect. Ammo counts. Begin. Screens replay engagements frame by frame. The formation stayed intact. That is the point many miss. The true test is not how dramatic one shot looks. It is whether the force keeps moving after layered pressure, whether command still sees, whether crews still trust the system, whether the mission continues. Tonight it does. And somewhere far beyond this range, planners in other countries are studying every image they can get. They see heavy armor that learned from drone war. They see crews aided by software, not replaced by it. They see old steel carrying new brains. They see that the tank did not disappear. It evolved. The M1A2 SEPv4 shows what current power looks like. AbramsX hints at what comes next. Booker adds flexibility where weight is not the answer. Together they point in one direction. Faster sensing, smarter crews, harder kills, better survival, and a battlefield where hesitation gets punished. The engines begin to idle down one by one. Dawn is not far away again. Dust settles over tracks cut deep into the ground. Warm barrels cool in the dark. Thermal screens fade to standby. But this is only the start. A new armored era is already moving. So here's the question. Are tanks still kings of the battlefield? Or are they becoming something even more dangerous? Drop your take in the comments.